superstars. It is time for math, and we are on lesson 1-10, construct arguments. We're going to use math to explain what you know about counting. Good math thinkers use math to explain why they are right. Over here, Alex needs to count these groups of shapes. How can you count these shapes? We could use objects or words to help. So we're going to write the number to tell how many shapes, and then we're going to tell why our number is correct. So we can use any objects as counters. So I'm going to color in each shape, and I'm going to pretend that I'm putting a counter on them. So as I put my counter on each shape, I'm going to count. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can use anything as a counter. You can color it in, you can use a paper clip or buttons, or if you have plastic counters, you can use them. So we counted 5. Now make sure you're touching each object as you count. So we counted 5 shapes. Let's write the number 5 down here to show that we counted 5 shapes. So how do we know that there are 5 shapes? Well, we counted them, right? And the last number we said was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we used counters and we counted to know how many. Let's go to our next page. All right. All right, let's look at our first picture here. What do you see? Birds on a branch. That's correct. How can you find out how many birds there are on the branch? We can count them. So how can we use math to explain why your counting is correct? We can put a counter under each bird as we count it, and then we can write a number to show how many birds are on the branch, right? So let's put a counter under each bird. So we have 1 counter, 2 counters, and 3 counters. So how many counters are there? 3. How many birds are there? 3. So how can you show your answer? We can write 3 right here. So we used counters, 1 for each bird. Then we counted the counters and we wrote down the number. Good job, superstars. All right, let's look over here at our guided practice. What you're going to do is you're going to count how many birds are in each row. And then you're going to write the number. So we can use counters. You can color a counter in, or you can use an object like a paper clip or a button to put over each bird as you count. So let's begin. I'm going to circle each bird like I'm putting a counter on them. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. How many birds do we have? 4. I put 4 circles around each bird, and then I counted them. There are 4 birds. All right, let's do the same for number 2. 1, 2, 3. How many birds are there? 3. 3 is the last number that I said as I counted. So there are 3 birds. All right, let's turn our page and do more work. Okay, let's read the directions down here. Okay. It says, have students make a math argument about how many leaves are in each row, and then write the number. Have them use objects, words, or a method of their choice to explain their arguments and tell why they are correct. So chlorophyll makes leaves green, and there's less sunlight in the winter. So trees save their chlorophyll, and this turns the leaves brown, orange, red, and yellow. So you're going to make a math argument about how many orange leaves are in a row, and then you're going to write the number. So remember to use objects. You can use counters of any kind, words, or a method of your choice to explain your argument and tell why you are correct. So let's do number 3 together here. So how can we use counters to show 5 objects? Well, we can put the counters on each object and then we can count. So how can you find the total number of objects? The last number counted is the total. So you should only put one counter to represent one object in the group. And then you can count the number of counters to find how many and then write the number. So let's put some counters. Again, I'm going to put circles on each leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many counters did we put down? 5. And how are we going to show that there are 5 leaves? We're going to write the number. All right, let's go to 4. Let's put counters on each one. 1, 2. How many counters did we use? 2 counters. So there's 1 counter for each leaf. So that means how many leaves are there? 2. Let's write the number 2 to show that there are 2 leaves. I want you to do number 5 and 6 by yourself. Remember, you can use counters of any kind. You can draw a circle around it, but just write your answer, okay? Okay, let's look over here at our performance task. How can you find the number of rabbits here? What tool can you use to help you solve the problem? Can we use counters? Remember, you can use counters of any kind. You can use buttons, you can use your crayons, you can use paper clips. So we can use counters to help us solve this problem. So I can put a counter over or on top of each bunny. So I see bunnies here. I'm going to put 1 counter for each bunny. So now we can count our counters. I'm going to fill the counters in as I count. 1, 2, 3. So how can we use math to explain how many rabbits there are? Well, we counted, and the last number we said is the number of rabbits there are. So we counted 3, and we are going to use the number 3 to show how many rabbits there are. 3 rabbits. All right, let's turn the page. We are on our vocabulary review. So for number 1, first of all, make sure your name and date is up here. For number 1, draw a circle around the number. So which one is a number? Is A a number? No, it's not. So here's the number. You're going to draw a circle. All right, let's look at number 2. Write the number that means none. What number do we use when we want to show that there are none? 0. Write that in. All right, let's go to problem number 3. Draw a circle around the number 4. The number 4. This is the number 4. All right, now we're at number 4. Mark an X on the 1 red cube. And then draw a circle around the 5 cubes in the group. So you're going to draw an X on the 1 red cube. We draw an X. Now we're going to draw a circle around the 5 cubes in the group. Okay, so draw the circle around all 5 cubes. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are going to draw a circle around all 5 cubes. Good job. All right, let's go to the next page. Okay, we are on number 5. We're just reviewing these. So on number 5, it says draw a circle around the number 1. Here's the number 1. Number 6. Write the number 3. Write the number 3. That's the number 3. All right, let's look at number 7. Count the number of cubes and then write the number to tell how many. Remember, when you're counting, you touch what you're counting, or you can draw a line through it so that you know you counted it. 1, 2. And you write the number. All right, last question, number 8. Write the numbers 0 to 5 in order, and then draw counters to show how many of each there are. So we're going to start 0. What's next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the correct order. And then you're going to draw counters to show that many of each number. So let's draw counters above each number. Here's 1 counter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many numbers are there? There are 6 numbers, 1 for each number, 1 counter for each number. Good job, superstars. Until next time, have a wonderful day.